It's coming up at 9. There's a brand new show on Pure West Radio tonight. That's Solid Gold Sounds with Chris Pitchford, who will be here after us at 9 o'clock. But as if by magic, for the final part of the show, Fraser Watson has joined us. Gordon, I think you called this absolutely perfectly. Fraser, how are you doing?
He's on cue, mate. He's on cue. You know the Swans have scored. Ben, you know they scored. So he's going to tell us all what's going on now at the SwanseaCity.com Stadium.
Yeah,
how are they doing, Fraser? That's against Rotherham.
Joel Piro's just knocked one in after what has been an uninspired first 40 minutes, so I'm a little bit better. And also, great to have you back as well, Ben. You're going on a late, but you've left me stuck for the last couple of months.
It's not a relegation dogfight now. It's now a playoff. We're going to go into the playoffs.
Week in, week out, I've had this without you to intercept. I've had to hear about Tom's glistening renaissance as Broadhaven's left back. I think we had to talk about in the first part and the third part after he first came back. So it's nice to have some common sense back in you with me and some reason in the room.
It's great to be. Tom can play either side, by the way. He
did tell me.
He can do a job right. He's already mentioned that. Big game this for Swansea, though, Fraser. So that is quite an important goal, isn't it?
A very important goal, but much needed win. All jokes aside, I mentioned, like you said in the first hour, that they've got that 11-point buffer to the relegation, but it really does reflect how poorly they've been playing lately. They need this.
Yeah, okay. We'll keep an eye on that. That's nearly at half time. We are, of course, proud supporters of Haverfordwest County. Gordon, let's get some details on what happened on Saturday. Jazz Richards scored, didn't he, for the Bluebirds? But they went down against Pontypridd 2-1. And that would have been disappointing, I think, for Tony Pennock's side, that one.
Yeah, we spoke about it last week, Ben, how important to win your home matches, which they've done at the moment, and to try and sneak something away. Well, they did start quite brightly up in Pontypridd. Jazz scored with a lovely header, to be fair, and it was just the start that Haverfordwest County needed. But Pontypridd battled back and they drew level by half time. And then in the second half, the new signing Oscar Borg got sent off for hauling a player down just outside the box. And to add insult to injury, Kieran Lewis, who played for Haverfordwest County last season, stepped up and banged in the free kick for what was the winner. But yes, it's a disappointing result, but it's one that they've got to bounce back straight away when they play. I believe is it Saturday week? Is it?
It is.
Is it Aberystwyth?
Aberystwyth,
yeah, Aberystwyth. But no, that's a big game. They have to win that. It's important they don't lose it. Put it that way.
To an extent, they got away with it a little bit on the weekend, didn't they? Because obviously Caernarfon and Flint, either side of them, those teams actually drew. A win for Caernarfon would have taken 4 points clear in that 7th place position.
It just shows how competitive it is, isn't it? Every game is a tough game. It's not easy. And the scorelines are pretty close, aren't they, to be fair?
Yeah, and Caernarfon actually go to Pontypridd, ironically, in their next game. So, it's a
that won't be easy. Won't be easy.
But it is the nature of that split. Every game you have tends to be competitive unless it involves Airbus, of course. And every team around really does have a chance at 7th place until the final couple of weeks. Really.
Just for people watching who don't know the split and the rules, why is 7th place now the target, Gordon?
Well, we had Rob on a couple of weeks ago. It just guarantees, I believe, a European place. Or is it a playoff, Race? I get it so mixed up as well, mate. A playoff for European playoff. Okay. So that's the importance of it, Ben.
Yeah, so that's pretty crucial. They can get there, and it is really close, as Fraser said. So Aberystwyth next. That's the 11th of March. And Fraser, actually, the Bluebirds have had some interesting results at Aberystwyth over the last couple of seasons, haven't they? They've had decent results, bad results as well. It's a local derby, so anything can happen.
Yeah, and they always get a good crowd down there. We know that they have got a quite colloquial feel down there, and they sell it quite well. And of course, so many intense clashes all come in this lower half, of course, of the conference. So they've both been in there, I think, the last 2-3 seasons now. So inevitably have had these high octane games. It is a difficult place to go, no doubt about that. They do get up for it. But you look at those next 2 games, it is Aberystwyth, and they do then have Airbus at home. So you think that's the bottom two. It's a minimum. It's easier said than done. It's a minimum 4 points, potentially 6 they need if they are really serious about finishing 7th. For sure.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. An exciting finish to the season to come in Tony Pennock's first season as Haverfordwest County manager, of course. Right, just a couple of bits and bobs. Tom, we've had a message come in, haven't we, about a big game for Langham Youth. This is rugby this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, so David Bowen has been in touch. Langham Youth away to Dolgellau, so a bit of travel there. And for the youth in the Welsh Bowl quarter-final this weekend, big shout out to the young Wasps. And they've done incredibly well this season.
Yeah, certainly done really well for all the problems that have been going on at Langham senior level. The future's bright. They can keep that youth team together, and this run in the cup and has really generated a lot of interest. Actually, you're looking at social media and things like that. And Dolgellau away as an 18, 19-year-old will be no joke on the way home. Good luck with that, Dav. That's
especially if they win.
Yeah, all the best to them for the field and the bus. Actually,
as always, bring to my mind too, the women, Haverfordwest women, have reached the quarter-final of, I think it's the bowl in that particular competition, and they're going to go away to Blackwood. So good luck to the young girls that are going out there now. That'll be a tough one.
Having been to Wrexham in the last round, actually, I believe, on a Sunday afternoon.
And they won very comprehensively in Wrexham, Fraser, to be fair.
It's no mean feat for a Sunday day trip, in all seriousness. I know we're joking about it here, but great.
Yeah, it is a big commitment.
Yeah, absolutely right. Okay, Gordon, we've got to nearly 9:05 and haven't talked about Manchester United
winning
the Carabao Cup. So I thought we'd do that. I thought it was quite a good game yesterday, actually. And how good is Casemiro? I mean, 70 million on a 30-year-old seemed a lot of money, but I thought was outstanding yesterday.
Yeah, considering Graham Souness had slated him at the beginning of the season, saying that he was highly overrated and Spanish football was so easy, he'd never adapt to the Premier League. He's done a good job, Graham, to be fair. He has. And he was outstanding again on Sunday. He's just the catalyst. He breaks up play. He's tackling, his passing. He's not afraid to get stuck in. That's why he gets yellow cards quite often as well. But yeah, he took his goal well. That was a lovely flighted free kick by Shaw from the left, and he came in and nodded that in. We could do with a bit of that at Swansea tonight now. But we wait to see whether that happens.
Do you know, when I first saw it, we watched it. I did a 10K yesterday, so we were in the pub afterwards watching the football, and I thought that was offside. The Casemiro.
Yeah, well, they did go to VAR and it was checked, and
I thought VAR got it wrong. I honestly thought I thought they drew the lines wrong.
Yeah, they could have done, mate. But the trophy's in the cabinet if you want to go and have a look at it.
Marcus Rashford, though, Fraser, he's some player at the moment, isn't he? His life. He's
come alight, hasn't he? And slightly fortuitous yesterday with his goal, but yeah, he's scoring run. He's a player rejuvenated, and Ten Hag's got a lot of credit. I think, on a serious note, I think Gordon and Manchester United fans all know it's not where the club ultimately want to be. They want to be challenging for Premier League titles and Champions League titles, but it's a start, and it does feel more so than when they won a trophy under Mourinho, when they won over Van Gaal. It does feel that they are building towards something now. There does feel a clear philosophy there and a field goal. I thought the last couple of cup wins came across more short-term fixes, but I think there's definitely reason for United for optimism, but they're not where they want to be just yet, but it's certainly a good start. And it just breeds that mentality again and winning trophies.
You took the words out of my mouth there, Watson. Thank you.
I do like Ten Hag, actually. I think Ten Hag's quite impressive this season. So it's interesting who's going to go down. I know I've got a Liverpool fan in Tom in the studio. I think Liverpool are just about safe. I don't think
they're going down, Tom.
Just about safe. Chelsea, I'm not sure. But I think anything from about 11th down, I think Southampton look a bit maybe like they're going to get cut adrift. I don't know. But there's some... It's going to be quite interesting, I think, the bottom of the table this season, because you could pick any three, really, from the bottom 8 or 9 and say that they could go down this season. So that means like an Everton or a Forest or, a Leeds could go down.
Leeds.
Yeah.
West Ham seem to be coming into a form. I think they'll hold themselves out of it, it looks like. I think Leicester will be just okay. But no, I think you're right. Everton are in it deep. Absolutely deep. I think the Dyche effect, everyone is assuming he'll get him out of it, but he's got a lot to unravel there. And as you were talking about in Warren Gatland, Wales, it's not easy to unravel things quickly, is it, Gordon?
Definitely not, Mr. Watson. You need time and patience, and there's not a lot of that for Dyche.
But I agree on Southampton. Can't see them. They can come and join us.
it's probably a good job Chelsea have got 31 points as well, because if they they are playing so badly at the moment that they would be in contention as well, because they've scored 3 goals in 9 matches. Not in good form at all. Okay, half time, is it, Fraser, in the Swansea game? Is that 1-0 to Swansea at the break?
Half time hanging on at 1-0, so we lead like we have 18 times before this season, and we'll probably blow it like we have 18 times before.
And we should finish the show, because I know Fraser's going to be busy following the cricket tonight. That's going to be another exciting finish. Gordon, you must be loving life with Ben Stokes as England Test captain. Rejuvenated cricket for you at Test level. I think this is what you've always wanted.
Well, you know that, Ben. I've been harking on about it for years. I'm like, go out there and have a go. And that's what England have done. And take wickets. Leach was outstanding the other night as well, to be fair. But, and there's been a few other players they brought in, and they've come up, they've done the business. And, Test cricket is just like one day, 2020 now, isn't it? It's great. Get out there and hit it and have a go.
It's going to be an interesting finish today. So England need 210, don't they, today, to win the series.
They'll do that with ease, mate. Do it with ease.
Will they, Fraser? Will they do it with ease?
I think they will do it. I think wicket's still darting around a bit, and it looks very overcast and green there still, doesn't it? Zach Crawley's come out and swung like a rusty gate as he does, and got his quick 20 to set the platform go. But they've got so much quality in that batting lineup now. I think they will. There will be a time when they come unstuck with Bazball. We all know that, but no, I think they'll come through tonight.
I keep thinking this, but when will it be? Because it might be it might be tonight. This might be the time, because
it could be.
But actually, the batsmen are in such good form, and Harry Brook looks absolutely outstanding, doesn't he?
Generational talent.
And he got Kane Williamson yesterday, didn't he, as well?
Yes, yeah.
With bowling.
That's just showing off, isn't it? But yeah, generational talent, absolutely.
I can't see Root getting in the side next season. He had a century.
153 in the first innings.
Scores too slow for you,
Gordon. Do you think we'll see Bazball when the new Pembrokeshire season gets underway? Do you think Fraser's batting will be inspired by what we've seen from the England Test team?
No, not in my league. You won't get me to bring that bringing about. I'll keep grinding old blokes.
He's very cultured. Jeff Boykoff, like. Can it, Fraser? Yeah. Stay there. Just stay there.
Yeah. Well,
take a few singles.
Took a bit of a blow last week because they changed the rules in Pembrokeshire cricket. Now, if a team is bowled out early before 40, their overs don't carry through to the second innings.
Oh,
now, those extra 5-10 overs.
You won't have enough time to get a century anymore, then.
Those extra 5-10 overs used to be very useful in grinding off.
I can't. It's not long till we're not a million miles away from the cricket season. We've got all this to come. There we go. Stephen Price says Harry Brook will score 100 not out, and we will win the Test match. That will be an exciting finish if that happens.
If you're right, Pele, I'll get you next Costo.
We love his optimism. Well done, Pele. We agree with you, mate.
Guys, we've got to go. It's been really good to be back, and we'll do it again next Monday. We've got a brand new show coming up next. Solid Gold Sounds with Chris Pitchford is on the way. We will see you next Monday between 7 and 9 for Pure West Sport. Thanks for your company. Good night.